You know, I hope you guys are glad that I don't do this whenever I record a YouTube video, right? Because I mean, like, this is so annoying. Maybe you guys like it. Maybe, you know what, since YouTube attention spans are real low nowadays, look on the ball. Look at the ball. Watch it jingle. Jingle, jingle, you know, because Christmas Santa hat in the middle of March, I mean, that's just what's going down here. But with that said, what's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we're just kind of vibing, right? I don't really have any news or anything specific to talk about in the video, so we're just kind of going to talk about everything going down with Creative 2.0 once again, because we've been seeing this interesting race happen in the community, specifically with creative teams, where everyone once Unreal Engine or UEFN, you know, the Unreal Engine editor for Fortnite, releases, they all want to make the OG Chapter 1 map in Fortnite, right? They want to release their OG map, and they want people to play on it. They want people to experience the old days of Fortnite, but the thing that I find funny is how hyped up it is for some reason, right? Now, I'm someone who hasn't really cared for wanting the OG map or anything back. You know, I never really cared for the nostalgia of it, even though I've played Fortnite since, you know, this season pretty well, I guess since this game pretty much existed, even before seasons were a thing, back when it was just kind of like the Battle Royale lobby and then the Save the World mode and everything like that. I've been playing Fortnite for a super long time now, and not really have I ever had an experience where I sat there like, huh, I would love to go back and play the older versions of Fortnite, right? You know, it's like, I would love to play Chapter 1 or whatever again. Have there been times when I've used like private servers and stuff to experience old seasons? Yes, but that was typically more so to look at old things that were never released in the game, just to see how different the game could have been back then. It was never to actually experience the map itself or go anywhere like that, but I do understand some sort of the appeal, right? I understand why people would want to go to these old maps again. They want to go to Chapter 1, Chapter 2, the OG Battle Royale, and they want to see old places again, right? Because if I could bring back an old place from Chapter 1 that I would always drop at, it would have to be either the Castle Ruins, which eventually did return for a little bit as Starry Suburbs, or it would have to be Haunted Hills, because Haunted Hills was my original drop spot back in Chapter 1. I would drop there all the time with a friend who I don't really talk to anymore, but you know, it was always something that held a special place just because it was my go-to spot in the game, because it was like, you know, named POI off to the edge that still had some pretty decent loot and everything else. But of course, nostalgia isn't really what this video is about. I mean, I guess in a way it technically is, because the video is talking about how people want to recreate nostalgia in Fortnite creative mode, or, you know, UEFN, whatever you want to call it. But what I want to talk about is how people have been like actually like super hyping this up, you know, their creative teams and everything, right? It seems everyone's racing to make their OG Battle Royale map be the OG Battle Royale map that everyone's playing, right? You're seeing giveaways being created. In fact, I'm actually running a giveaway on my Fortnite account right now for one of these OG map recreations and everything. And you're just seeing all this stuff being pushed out there where people are really rushing to be the OG Battle Royale, right? They're rushing to be the one and only Chapter 1 map to release once UEFN officially releases for everyone to use. And I think it's just interesting, right? I think it's just an interesting like leg race of which one's going to be the one to make it out on top, which one do people play the most, do people even have the retention and stay around to play these specific maps or anything like that. And it's just interesting overall to see, you know, all this stuff going down. But what I thought was the most interesting part is how people are going about this in such an odd way of being like, yeah, all right, boys, look, so we are doing something you've never seen before. This is going to knock your socks off, right? When in reality, they're just kind of doing exactly what we've seen before by bringing the old map back in a way, or bringing the OG version of Fortnite back into the game, yet they're hyping it up like it's this brand new, like, you know, game entirely, this brand new massive update never before seen or whatever, and I find that to be the funny part, right? You know, it's like, I don't blame them for wanting to get some hype going around for these OG map recreations and stuff. I don't blame anyone for wanting to, you know, promote their creative map and get it out there, and I think it's actually pretty interesting to see this type of thing, because it means at least in the scene of making a recreation, there's going to be a lot of competition, and a lot of people actively out there trying to be the best version of it possible, meaning that the products we actually see should at least be higher quality than they would have been if there was no competition, right? Because competition will help, you know, create this diversity between the differences of every single map out there, and maybe there'll be something about one map that you like more than another map that, even though it's more of an OG recreation, is unique to that specific creator's design overall, right? I just think it's interesting to see all this going down, with all the hype being around, hey, look guys, we're doing something you've never seen before, when they're doing the exact thing that we've seen before, but they're making it themselves in creative mode. And like, I'm gonna be honest here, right? You see everyone out here being like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make this in creative mode, and I love seeing that inspiration from people. I love seeing people being so motivated to make what they want to make in Unreal Engine's editor for Fortnite and everything. But what I find to be the funniest part of everything, right, is the fact that when it comes to what I want to do, of course I want to make my death run. I want to make my creative 1.0 death run, release that to you guys eventually, and I want you guys to be able to play it and waste some time if you need something to do in the free time while gaining some XP or whatever else. But of course that has a long ways to go, and it most likely won't be released by time UEFN officially releases or anything. But when it comes to UEFN, I'm gonna be honest, I will probably sit there for months doing nothing but randomly opening it, placing random structures down just for the heck of it, right? Just to mess around, do whatever I want to do, and upload stuff with no real purpose at all, right? I don't think I'll actually make a specific map or anything, because sure, if I had an idea and I wanted to go through one of those ideas, I definitely could, and I definitely could make something. But honestly, I think I would just sit there and just, you know, place a few things every once in a while, create a random structure that has no purpose, you don't gain any XP, there's no real reason to go to the map, and just mess around with it that way, right? So in today's YouTube video, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think about this arms race to create, you know, Chapter 1 again? You know, it's like, I wonder if anyone's out there actually trying to recreate Chapter 2 instead of Chapter 1, because I have seen some people being like, oh, we are creating Season 1, Season 2, Season 4, 7, you know, specific seasons that they're trying to recreate instead of just, you know, the original Fortnite or whatever. And I think it's interesting to see that, because it does kind of open up this opportunity for us to technically have all of the old Fortnite preserved and available to us through these Unreal Engine recreations that will be just playable in the game. Now, regarding XP, I still feel like the XP is going to be way different than normal Battle Royale, but I do think it would be interesting to see if creative mode XP from these recreations ended up being better than playing normal Battle Royale. Because imagine you could do like a bot lobby version of the Chapter 2 map or something, like a Chapter 2 Season 7 V.20 update or something like that map, and be able to earn more XP than you would from standardized Battle Royale. I think that would have been a funny little situation just to see go down with the game. But of course, as time goes on, we'll continue seeing more and more of the situation evolve, and we'll continue seeing how these creative maps end up being made and which one makes it out on top in the wonderful land of nostalgia recreations. But with that said, I just thought I'd ramble on about, you know, a funny little topic today, nothing related to news or anything, but just a nice little way for us to wind down, relax a little bit after the new season's released and everything else, and just kind of enjoy everything going on. Because let's face it as well, right now, since there isn't really much going on because it's a brand new season launch, views on the channel are going to be lower, and I completely understand that, which is why I'm like, maybe I shouldn't try making specific topics that would be more hype right now or anything like that, because of the fact that the views are going to be hindered just because people aren't trying to actively look up what's upcoming in Fortnite. They're just trying to play the new season and enjoy it. So with that said, I'll see you champs and shambats tomorrow with another video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.